3, 2, 1. There's an annoying ass plane passing by. Why did it go dark? Anyway, hi, I'm Lexi, and my Snapchat reminded me, I think it said 6 years ago, I took this picture with the amazing and wonderful and beautiful Todd Haberkorn, who obviously is very well known in the anime voiceover world. And of course, based on the video, or the title of this video, he is the voice actor of the main character from the Hetalia Axis Power series, North Italy / Feliciana Vargas, and I thought, oh my god, let's make a YouTube video reminiscing on the nerdiness of what Hetalia was. Some context, by the way, in case you don't know me, that is totally fine. It's not like I was extremely famous, but for those of you who followed a lot of Hetalia cosplayers, you may have known me as Emotalia. Yes, I was Emotalia on Instagram. For the state of Ohio and for the anime specifically, I was definitely starting to become known in like a little mini Ohio cosplay universe. I did end up playing Italy and Japan in, I want to say, maybe 4 panels in anime conventions. So the picture I took with Todd Haberkorn was taken about 6 years ago at this really small, like maybe 2-day convention called NionCon. I don't remember where in Ohio it was. That was really the only time I've ever gotten like really up close and personal with one of the main voice actors. I have been to a Q&A with Eric Vale, who voices America and Canada. And then, oh my gosh, what's his name? Hold on, I have to do a little bit of research. And then I also went to a Q&A with Patrick Seitz, who voices Germany. And I did get to ask both Eric Vale and Patrick to do like sassy impressions of their characters. But Todd Haberkorn is the only one who I've actually gotten really up close to and I've taken a picture with, and he was so sweet. I remember specifically, so for those of you who do know me from Instagram, you probably know my friend, I'll just call her Holy Rome, but she would dress as Femme Holy Rome, and we would go to conventions like as a pairing. A lot of people immediately knew who we were when we would go around together, and when she invited me to go to this specific convention, it was only 2 days, we had met a really cute couple who were dressed as Sweden and Finland, I believe, and they were so sweet, and the line for Todd Haberkorn was like really long, and I remember we kind of just walked around for a bit waiting for it to die down. So then of course us 4 or us 5, we ended up getting in the very end of the line. If I remember correctly, he was like running late on a flight. Like the people who were with him, I don't know what you'd call them, assistants or something like that, or I don't know, but they were like they were telling him, listen, you got to end it now, like you have to go catch a flight. And but I remember he was like, no, they waited in line. He was just very nice about it. I had this picture that I drew of Italy in like a waiter, like a server outfit or something, and on his shoulders I drew like an angel Civitalia and then a devil Civitalia. And I remember Todd looked at it and he was like, this is literally me on a daily basis, like all day. And he signed it. And so he was really funny, very sweet. And that's my experience meeting Hetalia voice actor. So just to dive in about my personal experience with Hetalia. Hetalia definitely was my obsession from 2013. I want to say until maybe 2018. That's when Hetalia really was like always on my mind. It's been since 2018, ever since I cosplayed or posted anything about Hetalia. I do still have my North Italy cosplay. I have tried selling it once or twice and no one was really interested. It definitely fits for sure. I am a little bit thinner than I was back then. And I do still have the wig. I really don't feel like putting it on because I'd have to smooth my hair down and all of that. But aside from North Italy was basically like my alter ego. I only ever cosplayed him going to conventions. For those of you who are in Ohio, you are probably familiar with Colossal Con, but that was pretty much the main like convention that everyone in my friend group was looking forward to going to. Aside from North Italy, I also did cosplay Seychelles, and then I also only maybe once or twice I did cosplay Japan. Because I was like really active on Instagram, I would have host of panels reach out to me and be like, hey, do you want to play North Italy in a panel? And it was definitely like a little nerve-wracking. And this is coming from someone who's been involved in theater since 2011, but this was my first time like playing a character like where I don't know. It's not on a theater stage really. In a way it is, I guess, but it was so fun. And I remember a lot of people always just wanted to come up and hug me. I remember I was asked to play Japan once in a panel, and it was actually a little bit uncomfortable because I just knew North Italy so well, unlike the others. Now, next part, I do want to show off some Hetalia merchandise that I still have. First of all, I have seasons 1 through 6, and I also have the Paint It White movie. I have not watched the newest season, which, is that season 7? Is that, Hetalia has 7 seasons now, I believe? I've only watched, like, bits and pieces of it, and I only have one manga of Hetalia. I honestly really have not read much manga. I mainly just watch the animes. Anyway, and then I also have this random North Italy, like, mouse pad. And then I actually do wear this. It's a Hetalia bandana. And I believe this actually came with the discs. Like, when it was still, like, very, very popular and you ordered a disc off of the Funimation site, you always got, like, a little gift. And then I have a deck of Hetalia playing cards that I'm pretty sure I did get from Colossal Con. And then I also have a bunch of Hetalia stickers with the characters on them. I want to say the most recent Hetalia merchandise that I actually bought was just last year, and it's that sticker right there. I'm pretty sure that's the episode where he tries to hide from Britain and he pretends he's an elephant. And I don't know, I found that on like Redbubble or something, whatever that site's called, and I thought it was cute. So yeah, the Hetalia nerdiness is still running through my veins. The Emotalia Instagram page is still there, I'm pretty sure. I have not posted anything since 2018. I do kind of miss it. As for the shipping aspect, honestly, I was never, at least not from what I can remember, I was never that into the whole shipping thing. I mean, like, if I did get into, like, a conversation, I'd just be like, oh, yeah, they're cute, or, I don't know, I kind of prefer this one, but, like, I never got that serious about it. I remember people, like, on Tumblr, or on that random app, Kik, messaging app, people were very, very serious about it, and it was, like, low-key really insane. I have not watched the musical. I know there's a musical. I've seen bits and pieces of it, plus some like, behind-the-scenes selfies that the actors have taken. To move on to our next segment, let's pull up a random, like, Q&A to ask fun Hetalia fans. I'm not going to answer all of them, but this is just a 50 random Hetalia asks, so for the fun of it, let's just do some. All right, number one, what got you into Hetalia? I was a freshman in high school, and I, like, I think I had some asthma problems or something, and I ended up, like, calling off of school for, like, a few days, and was Hetalia on Netflix at one point? I think it was. I had a couple of friends who were, like, really deep into anime, and I believe I saw them cosplaying Hetalia characters, like, on Instagram, and I always saw merchandise everywhere in Hot Topic. And so then finally, when I was sick, I just put that on, and I binge watched that. So that's what got me into it. What month and year did you first start watching it? I don't remember the month at all, but I want to say it was 2013. Who is your favorite character currently? Is and always is North Italy. If you could have one ship become canon, what pairing would it be? Listen, Jarita is very cute, don't get me wrong. I will always love Jarita. There's two that come to mind, okay? One of them is like just like a cute like friendship pairing. Doesn't have to necessarily be romantic, and then one of them can be romantic. I've always loved Itapan, Italy and Japan. I always loved whenever they like hung out together. But like romance-wise, I think it'd be really funny if America and Japan dated. Like, I always thought that pairing was really cute. Do any of your friends like Hetalia? Long story short, my anime friends, yes. I tried to get my sisters to like it. I showed them both. And they were kind of into it, like a teeny bit, but they weren't like obsessed with it. And my one sister loved Germany, and then my other sister, who actually like was like reading fan fiction about it and starting to get into it, I think she really loved Romano. Who was the first character you instantly fell in love with? This may be a little biased because I live in America, but I loved America when I first started watching it, and then down the road I just became really attached to North Italy. What episode gave you the most feels? The one that comes to mind is the Davy episode. It's about like America when he was like a baby, meeting a kid named David, and obviously was showing how David was like not a personified country. He was just regular person, and he grew old and eventually passed, and America was like still a baby. Is Germany the Holy Roman Empire? Well, duh. Is Hetalia the biggest fandom you are in? I would say out of all of, and this isn't just anime, like Disney, Cartoon Network, I would say Hetalia was definitely one of like probably the biggest, the most involved I was ever in a fandom. Currently, I'm very obsessed with like Sonic. I mean, I always have been since I was little, but I'm more focused on like Sonic and Zootopia, which, by the way, Zootopia 2 comes out in a few months, the same month as Wicked for Good. Like, we're getting fed. Oh, this is a fun one. Personality-wise, which character are you like the most? I would say I'm a combination of North Italy, Japan, and a little bit of Canada, just because I grew up very, very shy, didn't talk, I always felt like I wasn't really noticed a lot. So those are definitely the three combined for sure. Are you glad that you started watching Hetalia? Yes, I'm very glad. And I am an actress myself, not just in theater, but I do film and commercial as well. And I've done one voiceover project, and I don't know if it would ever happen, but if HEMA made more Hetalia, I would love to voice act in it. I don't have to necessarily be a country, because, man, that'd be interesting, me trying to have an accent or something. But, like, even just, like, voicing an extra character, or if they actually made it, like, a live-action movie one time, like, that'd be really fun. But, yes, I'm really happy that I finally started watching it. Hi, this is Editorial Lexi, and I don't know why on earth I didn't go more in depth about this, but yes, I am so happy that I discovered the Hetalia fandom, and I'm so glad that I finally joined in, because not only did it get me closer to my anime friends, but it just gave me a community that felt so loving and welcoming to me. And I know that sounds very cheesy, but again, as someone who was, you know, the typical shy person, felt like an outcast, and, you know, the typical 2000s movie plot, I just loved being in this fandom so much, because not only did it allow me to like create my own community, but I just made so many friendships along the way. And whenever I got to meet somebody, like whether they found me on Instagram or we had never heard of each other before and we just met, it felt like just a whole other family reunion. And for those of you who remember, they had like those famous Hetalia days. I went to maybe 3 of them, and I even hosted a very small one in my hometown. It was just so cool and just so sweet, because I wasn't shy when it came to Hetalia fandom friendships. And I loved just having my own little like Instagram / cosplay YouTube channel, because it gave me something to look forward to either after school or on the weekends. Like during school, I would think of like photo shoot ideas or video ideas, and here and there I was able to get my friends and like one of my sisters to be involved. One of my sisters cosplayed Raven from Teen Titans, and we would make like some videos together. And yeah, I'm so happy, because it gave me community and friendships, and it just felt nice to put away like Lexi for a bit and just be this random personified country who loved pasta, and I just loved it. Have you read the webcomic, watched the anime, both, or neither? I haven't read all of the webcomic. I've mostly just watched the show, but I have read like a few of the comics, like via Tumblr. What is the thing in general that you absolutely love about Hetalia? I just think it's very unique. I just love how it made history just so fun and interesting, or just like, I don't know, just a fun way to talk about historical events and, you know, kind of poking fun at it. But I just feel like it's just one of those shows where it's like, you know, it just kind of, it makes you just let loose. Like, no one is perfect. No country is perfect. No one's, like, better than the other, really. Like, you just gotta step back, and we all have, like, all the countries on this beautiful planet, they all have their quirks, they have their flaws, and that's what makes all of them great. And yeah, I just think it's such a cool and genius concept, really, and there's no other show like it. I do wish that the episodes were longer because they were only 5 minutes, but oh, you know what? I can't find it, but one of the questions was, what is your favorite Hetalia episode? My favorite episode, one of them that comes to mind, is actually season 5, episode 20. They're like celebrating their anniversary of like their group. Italy is like trying to tell Japan, like, no, you can't drink this. This is wine. You're not old enough. Japan's like, you serious? And then I would say, aside from that, I also love, I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it here. I'll have to look it up. They all get together, the Axis and the Allies, and they compare like horror movies and see like whose is the scariest. And I just thought that was really funny. Why would you have a horror movie without having any insides? Like, oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go watch it now. Okay, well, that was perfect timing because my camera battery is exhausted and it's dying. Oh, and I also totally forgot to mention this, but before I deleted TikTok last year, my last video that I ever like made before I deleted it, it went extremely viral because I talked about how when you're just living life and you suddenly remember that one of your cosplay pictures is in the manga, but Funimation, I think, emailed saying, hey, do you cosplay Hetalia? If so, send us a picture of your favorite picture, tell us who you're cosplaying, and you may just end up in the manga. And I did. If you own a Hetalia manga that has pictures of cosplayers in the back, take a look and you may just see me. The only thing is I told them I was North Italy, but they have me as South Italy in the manga, so little salty about that, but it's fine. But yes, I am in one of the Hetalia mangas. If you are or were part of the Hetalia fandom and you used to cosplay in it, please comment down below. Tell me about your experience. Tell me about your favorite episode. What did you like about it? Tell me your funny cosplay stories, your favorite pairing. Like, tell me anything. I want to know if the Hetalia fandoms or the Hetalian veterans still exist. I know you do. Thank you for watching, and see you later. Pasta! Oh my god.